My name is Johnny. I serve as the ministries pastor here at Grace City Church. Growing up, I was born in Boston, and basically at the age of 1, my dad just got into some stuff, and he was kind of out of my life from the age of 1. And so, growing up, I grew up with my grandparents and my mom, and my brothers, and we kind of just, all through elementary school and middle school, didn't really have a father figure in our life. But I just knew that there was something absent in our house, and I felt that growing up. In middle school, I moved to Florida, and in 8th grade, I ended up going to a church camp. There was an altar call just for kids that didn't have a father in their life, and I went up and I ended up giving my life to Jesus. I remember after that moment, just chasing a relationship with God, letting go of some of the bitterness that I had towards my own dad. After that moment, really having the desire to one day be a dad and to have a family. And that was one of my biggest prayers all throughout high school. And that hopefully one day I'd be able to repair part of whatever that relationship could be with my dad. A couple of years ago, I was getting to a point where I wanted to get engaged and get married and move on to this next season of my life. And I just was like thinking and praying, like, man, I just hope that as I transition to this season, that there can be just like a fresh start on some of the areas of my life that I felt like I needed to tie the knot on. And one of those areas was my relationship with my dad. I was invited to go lead worship at a conference, and the conference was literally in the city that he lives in the Dominican Republic. I messaged him when I got there. I said, hey, I'm in the capital, and I would love to meet you. And he shot me a text back and was like, when can I meet you? When can I see you? And I remember seeing him for the first time, and he saw me and he was just in tears. And I remember giving him a hug, and we got to talk, and we just started talking about life and some of the decisions that he regrets and that he made growing up. I told him about my life and what my life looks like right now. I invited him to come to the conference I was leading worship for, and he came to the conference the next day, and he actually got saved at the conference. There was an altar call, and my dad raised his hand, and I was behind him, and I got to pray with him and just let him know, although our relationship wasn't the best growing up, and my expectation might not be that we're going to be like best friends moving forward, I just want to let you know that I'm proud of you and that I love you. And that was the first time I've ever told my dad that I love him. That was the first time I ever met my dad in person. Having this moment of closure, it made me that much more excited to one day start a family of my own. After a year of being married, we decided we want to start a family. The weeks after we found out that we were pregnant, my immediate thoughts were just, man, I'm excited, but I know that this carries a weight, especially because of what I had navigated in my life. As soon as he was born and I held him for the first time, and I had him on my chest, I'm like, man, like this already is changing what fatherhood looks like in our family. The way that I love you already, and I don't even know you. When I look at Rio, I feel proud. Proud that I stayed the course, that I decided to say yes to living a life above reproach. Proud that I didn't fall into the lie that I wouldn't be a good dad. As Rio grows up, I want to be there for him, and I want him to grow up in a house with parents who love each other and love him and remind him of his value. And I think that's one of the biggest things that that I desired growing up, is that there would be someone that would be proud of the man I'm becoming and the decisions that I'm making. And so, I really hope that as Rio grows up, that he knows that he has that in his parents and as me as his dad. Because when I hold Rio, I'm like, man, this is what I was made for.